Let me go in, flipping these rhymes with my pen. It doesn't make sense, but it sounds good, doesn't it? I'm feeling it, the ether in the air. Words roll off my tongue like some dice in a pear. Gotta repair myself, get more about my health. Eat my fruits and veggies and lay off the drugs. I've been a slug, moving like molasses. Feel behind all the time, all I see is asses. Been so caught up on my ego. My pride decided half the things I've said shouldn't be that way. Need to speak from the soul. Stop acting so weak. I was meek, but now I'm strong, and I bet I can lift more than you using my faith. And gotta get on up out of my own way. These shadows of the past are blocking out my better days. Alright. We're all trying our best. We rush every moment, seeking what's next in order to be happy. You gotta know what it's like to be sad. And we're like Molly, rap like Tupac, and shoes off, I'm too hot. Somebody come and cool me down. Quite the clown, a regular pilot actually. A saucy who sautés flambés and takes the cake, serving plates every day. The head chef in Hell's Kitchen had to give you a little taste so you know what you've been missing. Some types of gibberish, writing songs is hit and miss, and shots every day. Please don't tell me where that liquor is. Oh. Alright, we're all trying our best. We rush every moment, seeking what's next in order to be happy. You gotta know what it's like to be sad. Like a knife to a whetstone, I'm gonna give myself an edge. A stealing hand, a home control. I'm gonna make sure I do this right. And if I fail, oh well, at least I got up and tried. And you know, I'm gonna get up and try again. Let's see. Feels a little low. That's better. Are you guys? Yeah, you guys are the best. We'll go with yeah. It's been a good day. I finally treated myself well. Picked up some new tricks and mended some old wounds. Where do I go from here? The possibilities are endless. guess I'll just play it cool. I'll know exactly what to do when it happens. Oh, you gotta give it time. No need to rush. Everything will unfold as it should. Visions of the past like to creep up behind you. Don't pay them, no, never mind. An empty glass and a broken heart. Words I thought synonymous with my name. Fragile smiles, disingenuous laughs, the lies I had prepared when anyone would ask, how you doing? Living the dream, I can't complain. All the while I got these voices in my head whispering awful things. They say I'm not enough, that I won't go far, and nothing I do really matters at all. Well, since I found a way to drown him out, I'm in a better place. Took myself on a date, took time to celebrate, you know, and bought all kinds of shiny things. Oh, you gotta give it time. No need to rush. Everything will unfold as it should. Visions of the past like to creep up behind you. Don't pay them, no, never mind. It is way hotter in here than I thought it was going to be. I felt myself start to sweat, and I don't know if that was the nerves or the temperature.
Well, if you need me to turn up the air conditioning, I can. I just need to get gloves. Or we want to be very clear, since we are on camera, and this is going to be probably on YouTube forever, that we are, let's see, are we 6 feet apart?
At least.
Okay.
Look, I'll just get naked, that's all.
Uh...
Don't worry. It'll be provocative.
Before we had a camera... There was at least one band that came close.
Close how?
Like, I would have been more comfortable if they had had a little more separating themselves from the furniture and the carpet. But they were just like maybe a little more comfortable with other people than I'm used to. So that was a long time ago.
What, did they just like come in like board shorts and no shoes?
It was kind of like, no, it was, you know how the Red Hot Chili Peppers each wear one sock?
Yeah.
It was kind of like that.
Ooh.
It was like, hey, I know we just met and all, but, you know,
listen.
Some people are just freer than others. I mean, I think I told you that I hadn't worn shorts this year until just recently. So, you know, we all have our different comfort zones. That's
very true. Like, I don't know. My comfort zone when it comes to playing, it's normally just like this or a flannel. Like, the one I brought with me today is like my lucky flannel. Someone got it for me from a thrift shop years ago, and I've never been able to lose it. And I've had items like that before, like the tattoo I have on my left arm. Uh-huh. It's a gypsy paint for.
Hold it up to the radio so people can see it.
Oh yeah, here you guys go.
Thank you.
But it's a gypsy painted for Dia de los Muertos. And Dia de los Muertos, if you don't know, is the Day of the Dead. It's the Mexican holiday, or just like the Spanish holiday of, it's their Halloween. And instead of it being the usual pagan ritual of setting up squash and pumpkins and gourds and stuff like that, and either painting them or cutting them out to ward off evil, it's more of a celebration of the dead and their ancestors. So instead of it being like going trick-or-treating and dancing and partying, it's dancing and partying, but at a cemetery.
And they have the sugar skulls, right?
Yes. It's actually like, that's what the painting is. Like, she's painted as, like, they do that. Like, some people will like paint themselves like that, or they will just get sugar skulls and paint them themselves. And they bring them as offerings to their ancestors and lay them on their graves, along with candles or flowers or food or anything like that, especially tamales. That's just like the thing they do. And that came from me having a lighter that I could not lose for 2 years. And it didn't go out. And like, for all you smokers out there, I know how easy it is for you to just lose a lighter. Like, you could buy a new lighter today. 15 minutes from now, you go hang out with your friends. You're in your smoker circle, and then your lighter's gone.
You mean a plastic lighter, right?
Yeah, just
okay.
like a Bic.
Because the only lighter I've ever had, I inherited from my grandfather, and I've never used it. It's a nice piece of metal, but
like an old Zippo.
What?
Like an old Zippo.
I don't know what brand. I just know that it's a nice piece of metal that I don't really have functional use for, but it was my grandfather's, so I'm not going to get rid of it.
Well, is it one of those ones that's about like 2.5 inches? About this size, and then it makes a big clink whenever you open it up.
I think so.
Yeah, those are the brand. The company that does those they're called Zippo.
Okay.
And those ones are actually really, really cool. They tend to have a bit more butane than everything else because you have to load it yourself. Like, if you get a Zippo and it goes out, you can just like tip it over the top if they have it like that, or you take the lighter apart and then you inject the butane yourself.
Okay.
And it's like a whole flint mechanism. They're usually like if anyone's seen Hocus Pocus, like the kid in the movie, not Zachary Binks, not Thackeray Binks. It's the main character. He has a Zippo, and the witches believe that he can light fire from his hands because he keeps it hidden, and he just like does it. And you can like do tricks with Zippos where you can like hold it from like each corner and like kind of snap your fingers, and it will, like a card trick. It'll like flip everything around, but it'll light it for you.
Okay.
And yeah.
Did you know all this?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I'm not making this up.
Oh, no, I'm not questioning you. I just didn't know if we were both learning it or if I was just learning it and you were an old pro at this. So, Charlie, did you know all this? Okay.
Well, apparently we're clearly we're the ones who smoke here.
I was going to say this probably comes down to, do you smoke? Have you smoked? Because if you smoked for 20 years and you quit, you'd probably know this. But
Right. And then like this came from, like I said, it was a lighter that I could not lose and didn't go out. As a matter of fact, there was a friend I had. I used to live in Decatur before I moved to Champaign about 5-6 years ago.
Uh-huh.
I had a friend, Tim.
Oh, my grandfather with the lighter was from Decatur. So.
Oh, nice! Air 5.
He lived in Decatur for high school, I think.
Mm-hmm. Did you go to MacArthur or Eisenhower?
This was the 1930s. So
1930s?
I would love to ask him,
Stephen Decatur, baby. Because Stephen Decatur was like the prominent high school for a long time. Eventually, they made high schools dedicated to both Dwight D. Eisenhower and General MacArthur.
Okay.
So he probably went to Stephen D. because like that was the school to go to for a while, and then it got hollowed out and made into a middle school. They used to call it the Pen because it was a very dangerous high school to go to.
Yeah, I hear Decatur has changed since the 1930s.
Oh, quite a bit.
Unlike everywhere else.
Like the Bears aren't even part of Decatur anymore. They moved to Chicago, and I don't know, if they like the choice or not. But there's still like a sign, like whenever you drive into Decatur, it's like, "Welcome to Decatur, home of the Decatur Bears, who are now the Chicago Bears."
Yeah. Ever since they moved, I never hear about them anymore.
I blame the schools. Long story short, I had a klepto friend. He actually found this lighter in his pocket.
You did say a klepto friend.
Klepto friend,
just making sure I heard you right.
Yeah, he would just like passively steal. He didn't realize he was doing it.
Did he give it back when he realized?
Yeah, he actually showed it. He actually showed it to my house at like 11, 12, like morning, afternoon. Not like in the middle of the night. That'd have been hilarious. But He showed up with the express intent to come and return this.
Well, that shows courage.
Yeah, like
responsibility.
And like we were pretty close, and I knew about his kleptomania, and I never like judged him for it, because it's at a certain point it's just you being a ne'er-do-well, and then it's just naturally like it's an illness where you just like kind of pocket things.
Did he get it looked at under any kind of?
I don't know, like if he ever got officially diagnosed, but you kind of know a klepto when you meet one, because they don't steal for the fun of it. They just steal because they have to. Like their brain, like a crow, like, oh, shiny thing, I have to take.
Well, I'm just thinking you can be sympathetic, but you still probably don't want to go on a shopping spree with them if they don't have the understanding of everybody.
Oh yeah, no, like we like he, myself, his brother, and a few of our other friends at the time, we would call him out at it, and it, like you said, it took a lot of courage for him to bring it back, but it was also like me noticing that he knew he had done something wrong, and he had the amount of respect for me to come to my house and bring this lighter back, because he knew how much it meant to me. Because it wasn't going out. Like I could lose it for 2-3 days, and it was just up here back in my pocket. You
said you couldn't lose it for 2 years. What ultimately happened?
It went out, and I had to throw it away.
Oh, I probably would have kept it for old time's sake.
I did keep it for a little bit longer, and whenever I realized I was just being kind of a pack rat, that's when I got it tattooed. Because you keep a lighter that long, with like that kind of image, and it was whenever I was really studying a lot of polytheism, especially deities of the underworld and stuff like that, and being it a representative of like Halloween and stuff like that. I see your eyes. I know I got to do another song here soon, but that's just how it went.
Honestly, it's funny because I feel like in recent shows, which means at least 3 months ago, but I feel like I'd like really be into a conversation, and Mike would be like, hey, I know you're really into this conversation, but do a song, you know? So right. Mike is being super not giving me a hard time, but I'm just thinking, I think you've done 2 songs, and I want you to beat the girl that talked about her breakfast cereal, because
gotcha.
If you get to even 4 songs, you have not set the record for fewest songs. That was a fun show. She had a sore throat, and she was looking for. I really like and respect her, but
anything to just not have to sing. Yeah.
I just feel some culpability if somebody doesn't even get through 4 songs. So
fair enough. When we got a good 34 minutes, I can get at least 2 more songs.
Plus, I've also got to get the next hour ready. So.
Ooh, yeah, you do. Okay.
I promised some new music, and I have to actually get it. So.
All right, let's reduce that to 24 minutes with a little bit of answer. Fair? Oh, Mike, and I fulfilled your thing, because this one's going to lead into it.
All right.
Sip my morning coffee at a meeting with my PO. So many fossil at a time, yes, the struggle's real. Guess I gotta grind, put in hours for the man. Be a working class cat with a fist full of bands, but damn, cash never really concerned me. Give a fuck less about money, you can pay me in weed or LSD or anything that alters my perception and helps me when I'm working on a modern day conception of music. Illusions of harmony and melody. Musicians are magicians, just a few more felonies telling me let it be. I just can't agree when the streets overflow with a stream of casualties. A tragedy a day keeps the ill-fated at bay. When they ride to their demise, no surprises willingly. Never subliminal, on Dia de los Muertos, my skeletons dance to a Spanish concerto. I feel as though I'm lonely, one of a kind, better clone me. No women to console me, wanna control me, well hold these. Plan is in your hand, damaging it, can't you understand? A rocky love is such a horror story. Picture this, a couple kids from the city making mischief at the shows cause they'd rather be torn. Next they exit stage left, bound to be the best. Singer, drummer, blues, got an even hip-hop icon. Living life like they see it on the plaza screen. Getting high, definition of an average teen. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, but rainy days are my favorite. And I'd rather be alone than spend a day with you, baby. Cause I know just what you want, and what you want ain't healthy for you. Just lay down for right now, and I promise that I'll be here till tomorrow. Spin rhymes like dimes, make you see things you won't believe. My metaphors and similes are absolutely obscene. My words weave webs, cast spells, and make you shiver, sending chills up your spine. Desire in my quiver, you ordered I deliver, so don't try to get belligerent. Flow someone poison, boy, I'll destroy your liver. So yak up, or stack up, or simply avoid the danger. As you can see, I'm in the shit, Jesus in the manger. Best to press your anger, lest you test the powers of be. One thing's for certain, now that I've started, there's no way that you can stop me. So drop it, the subject's dead, deader than my brothers. I only love 2 women, Lady Luck and my mother. The faucet's on and now I'm gone. All my thoughts surface, cutting deals like the devil dog. Louisiana Purchase, chickadee, check yourself. So I proceed to wreck your girl. Illuminati zombies wanna take over the world. Well, first it gotta be me, sitting high behind the scenes, a separate from afar, something keeps the hands clean. Puerto Ricans are decent and girls from Spain are odds and vain, so I learn Portuguese, go to Brazil and have my way. The honey's coming high, let's get the jive cash jumping while I'm out cash fishing and the live cash is thumping. She poached me and quickly become humble. Hey, the game right, like far if I don't fumble. So grumble all you want, complain for all I care. My heart has turned to stone, you see Medusa having a scare. So try me, I dare you, find something to compare to. Life's a never-ending story, you can call me Atreyu. And I put that on thieves, you ain't fucking with me. These kids wanna be Theros, but they know their mythology. I'll be epic as the Iliad, poetic as Odysseus. The oddity of the Odyssey, no one knows it's religious. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, but rainy days are my favorite. And I'd rather be alone than spend a day with you, baby. Cause I know just what you want and what you want ain't healthy for you, know. Just laying down for right now, and I promise that I'll be here till tomorrow. I know it's gonna mess up a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna try this one. It's one of the newer ones I've written, and we're gonna see how it goes. Ready to throw caution to the wind, Charles? I said, are you ready to throw caution to the wind? I like that response. Okay. I haven't named this one at all. Boy, you better stand up straight, fix your collar, get your clothes off, dry those tears, it ain't nothing but a broken heart. Shit, we done dealt with worse, even with a better hand. Knowing the folding, but today, that ain't happening. I happen to be another rapper rocking the beanie, reaching bars to the weak souls and the needy. If you ain't get the message, guess it wasn't mentioned for days and confused. Whoa, don't shoot the messenger. That's rude, niggas always got an attitude. Punch. Ah! Alright, I'm starting this one over. Boy, you better stand up straight, fix your collar, dust your clothes off, dry those tears, it ain't nothing but a broken heart. Shit, we done dealt with worse, even with a broken hand. Knowing the folding, but today that ain't happening. Happen to be another rapper rocking the beanie, preaching gospel to the weak, sick sinners and the needy. If you ain't get the message, I guess it just wasn't meant for you. Dazed and confused, whoa, don't shoot the messenger. That's rude, niggas always got an attitude, trips on your shoulder, and some y'all got a bag or two. You need a dama, a better priorities. Ah, I knew I was gonna do this. Oh, okay. Nah, I'm gonna power through it. You need a dama, a better side of priorities. Focus on your wealth, yourself, out of your family tree. Prune those dead branches and shed what's unnecessary. Your essence is a blessing, your essence a hot commodity. You loving every bit of yours, this is like you ought to be. Hands off, shoulders off, suffering. Whoa! I can't believe I'm doing this. It's okay. You guys ever had this happen before? Yeah. For real? Okay, cool. I feel it is live radio, and this is like the first time I've done it in a while. Let me see what I can do about that.
Do you need banter, or?
I don't know if I need banter so much as I need confidence.
Well, let me ask.
Yeah.
I had said do 2 songs and we'll talk.
Mm-hmm.
Did that count as the second song, or are we still fishing for the second song?
I mean, I have the second song. I just...
Well,
it's new, so, like, that is, like, the debut of it, so... I thought I had it better rehearsed than I did. You know what I mean?
You want to just go on to the next one?
Yeah.
And when this airs live, we'll just cut this part out. No, we won't.
I'm gonna say, shit, leave it in. Like, I have no problem being embarrassed.
Well, it was kind of a joke because it already aired, so.
Exactly.
Although the first Saturday Night Live aired on delay on the West Coast.
For real.
Because it had something obscene that did not air on the West Coast.
Ooh, what was it?
I think Richard Pryor was completely naked.
Oh, you had Richard Pryor.
in retrospect, it was a questionable judgment call, but...
Oh, man, you brought Richard Pryor on? Yeah, that'll...
But generally, live TV is live, so...
Generally, yeah, right. I got an idea. Long nights, sunning in the long days, sunning in the longer weeks, and shorter lives. Are you listening? And sometimes all you gotta do is try a little harder just to see what you can do. Alright. So stay the course. But of course, it's yours, of course. Confide in me. Weekends go too fast. The drugs, they'll set in. I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good. And now that I've got you here with me, it's plain to see just where we're headed. So stay, of course. My heart is yours. You won't be forced. What's mine is yours. Oh, I get why I messed up. So we were talking about Dia de los Muertos before, and Micah told me to make sure like the songs tie in to the conversation. So that first one's called The Classic, and it was like the first song I ever wrote, and there's like a Dia de los Muertos line in there. The second one I just did is called Halloween. And the one in the middle was just like, it wasn't the time. The universe had decided that for us.
So there's one about Halloween. Was that the same one as the one about Dia de los Muertos?
No. The first one, The Classic, is the one that has that line about Dia de los Muertos.
Uh-huh.
And then the second one was called Halloween.
So you went from November to October. That's your problem.
Well, it's supposed to go October, November.
Right.
But what it was I went October, November. I'm just messing with you. It was November, October.
I was.
Yeah, so it was like I went backwards and I tried to fit something in there that wasn't supposed to be there because I tried to tie them in.
So then you should do Christmas and Thanksgiving.
I mean, if I'm doing pagan holidays, I might as well.
I'm just thinking how you could get things out of order and throw yourself off.
I mean, it happens a lot. Like, I feel like I have an order of how I want to do things, and then whenever I'm in the moment, I just like will do things, and sometimes they're just like, that's not the order I was supposed to happen in.
Well, I feel like there's a way, if you realize what's going on, you could sort of own it and use it to your advantage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what I did there. I was just like, all right, fine. It wasn't the time for that one, so we're going to do this one instead and do it almost flawlessly.
If I may.
Yeah. No.
There was a band that I never missed their shows. I mean, if they played a show on the other side of the country, yeah.
Was it Lettuce?
What?
Was it Lettuce?
The band Lettuce?
Yeah. Or was it Mo? Fish.
It's a local band.
Grateful Dead.
A local 61820 Champaign,
Continue.
Urbana-Champaign. I don't know what their zip code was, but
yeah.
I won't say they broke my heart, but the last year they were together,
mm-hmm.
the only variation in their set was one night they switched the order of two songs. Mm-hmm. And I went to them and I said, I can't believe you did something different. This is so exciting. They said, that wasn't on purpose. And I'm like, you played exactly the same set, like 10 shows in a row. Just give me this. Like, you already did it. Please don't take it back. I just want to know there's some spontaneity and I'm not watching a rerun because they were so good. But yeah, the last 10 shows were mostly like the exact same show. So
right, so that bit of deviation just threw you off. Are you OCD at all?
Depends on who you ask.
That sounds like a yes.
But if I could make a parallel,
mm-hmm.
Do you know Nada Surf? They're kind of okay. Well, if you look them up, they're kind of a big deal. If you follow indie, alternative, any of that.
Fair enough.
I saw Nada Surf just by lucky coincidence. I saw them 3 nights in a row in 2003. And the first 2 nights, they followed a script. Everything was just completely choreographed and planned out. The 3rd night, their van broke down. They came to Urbana, and they said, the heck with it. What do you want to hear? And they just basically did a request show. And the first 2 nights were good, but the 3rd night was amazing.
Mm.
So I think the thing is, I can appreciate, it's one thing about live versus not, is you can plan everything out for years and it'll be technically perfect. But if you put in a little spontaneity in a live performance,
mm-hmm.
it's like even you don't know what's going to happen, and sometimes that makes it really exciting. So,
very true. I've had to deal with that a lot myself, especially whenever I was playing with Sleeping on Kami. It was our vocalist. She wanted everything to be very tick, 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 boom. Like, she wanted to plan out the entire show. I mean, we all had a say in it, but it's just, that's very much how she was. And I realized after playing a good handful of shows with her that spontaneity wasn't really her forte, whereas it was mine.
Got it.
I'd been a percussionist since I was 12. And one thing we were always taught is not only are the heart of what's going on, also, if you mess up, just pretend it didn't happen.
Oh, well, yeah.
You just keep moving, and we all tacked onto that philosophy. And sometimes we would just be playing a song, and we would completely throw off a fill, and we just had to roll with it. And I remember playing with Oki. By that time, I was pretty decent at fills, especially with us like rehearsing
Could you explain for people? We have listeners who know everything about music, and when you say fill.
Okay, a fill is just like, it's, a fill is that little bit of extra flair at the end of a sequenced set of measures. So let's say you have 8 measures, just boom, cat, boom, cat,
right.
Thank you. Cat. That's the fill.
I don't like people to be, it's an educational program, so.
I feel that, and sometimes I make the mistake of just like thinking people know what I'm talking about, and I just keep going, and like their eyes gloss over, and they're like,
You've just described my entire life. I have a friend, he's like, don't you know I have no idea what you're going on about ever?
Yeah, been there. I can relate. But it got to a point where I was getting really good at finding out the proper fills for what was going on. And sometimes I'd get a bit excited, and there'd be a little bit more to the fill than usual, but I would always lend in time. Because that's one thing I was taught, was to make everything a matter of fact. Just like, yeah, you did that was crazy, but you sit back into it. You sit right back into the pocket. It's as if that didn't even happen. You just keep going, like, oh, what, that? Yeah. I mean, yeah, that happened, but we're moving forward.
You know what they do, I hate to say they, but...
the royal day.
Experts, music historians, they always take classic Motown, and they point out that the session musicians, it's not just robotic. Nowadays, you have a computer play something, and it's just repeated all throughout the song, and there's no variation. And part of what makes the 60s recordings so good is there's life in them. It's not quite identical every single time.
Oh, yeah.
And it's funny how many people insist on the exact lack of variation, but they'll still hold these others up as classics, and it's like there's a cognitive dissonance there.
Yeah, dude, that's always thrown me off, like, growing up as a musician, like, case in point, playing in the last band, like, our pianist, Sam, and we were like really good at like filling together and reading each other and knowing like what the mood is going to be, like what is going to happen next. We were really good at that. Our saxophone player Lily, she was also really good at just like kind of chiming in. And I remember listening to a lot of really old 60s and 70s jazz, in particular Miles Davis's "Bitches Brew," like threw me for a loop because I listened to it all like in its entirety several times, and then I found out that they just kind of did it. Like, Miles provided very little as far as, like, what the structure of the song was going to be. And it was literally just, like, this group of guys and this big pot of gumbo. And just people just adding salt and pepper and extra chilies and stuff like that. And then, like, the bands that, like, Curtis Mayfield and Otis Redding played with, it was the same thing. Like, you know, you had your recorded version of what was going on. But when you actually heard it, it was a little bit different. And I remember... I actually had a bit of cognitive dissonance listening to Hiatus Coyote, because they have my favorite song by them is called Jekyll, and Hiatus Coyote is like this neo soul jazz band. They're like very forward thinking.
Could you spell that so people can look it up?
Hiatus Coyote is like the word hiatus.
Hiatus, yes.
Hiatus, yes, and then coyote is spelled.
Oh, you don't have to spell coyote.
No, it's spelled different though.
Oh, okay.
It's spelled Keiyote instead of like coyote.
Right.
Like the actual word. And they have this song Jekyll, where there's like this break in the middle of the song that like, for me it feels like a breath of fresh air. Like there's a bunch of stuff going on. You're treading water, and you're like, I'm gonna drown, and then you like get up and you're like, and then I heard a live version of them doing that song, completely different.
Yeah. And
it threw me off. I couldn't listen to the live version of that song for a good while just because it threw me off so bad. Because I wanted that live version to do the thing they were doing in that spot, and I got more acquainted with that style of performance, because they have another song called "The World That Softly Lulls," and it's from one of their first albums, and the original version is like 2.5 minutes. The live version is about like 6.
Okay.
And they take the entire song and reconstruct it and carry it on for so long. But if you listen to it, it's incredibly beautiful because they expand on what the idea of that song originally was, and then just go. And then their singer Napalm, she really just digs in. Like,
wait, did you say her name is Napalm?
Napalm,
like Napalm,
like N-A
in the morning.
Yeah, but she spells N-A. She spells it N-A-I space palm.
Now I want there to be a radio show, Napalm in the morning.
I mean, she might mess around and get her own radio show. Like she has an incredible story. Like, she was adopted. She like went through a lot of strife during her childhood, and then she ended up getting raised on like Stevie Wonder and Curtis and Otis and Erykah Badu and Lauryn Hill and stuff like that. and she's like this pale white girl from Australia.
Oh, I was not
from
expecting
Melbourne.
that.
Yeah, like she's from Melbourne. The first time I heard it, I was like, "That's a sister right there." Like, there's no question about it. Then I actually saw her. I was like, I was completely wrong. Like, she's got like a weird haircut. She's extremely pale. She's got like face tattoos and stuff like that. Looks nothing like what you would expect, and she dresses in this very exorbitant way that just it catches the eye.
Yeah.
And then she catches the ear.
Okay. So,
Yes.
I think Mike is eager to hear a song.
Reminding you got 10 minutes of the show.
Okay. You're right. We got into our banter.
So, warn me before you go into your last song. I was hoping maybe we could have 3 more, but if we only have 2 more, let me know before the last one.
Okay.
But go ahead, because you're definitely not going to get to 3 if you don't start.
Fair enough. Okay. Baby, slow down. Just enjoy the breeze. We should go out, just you and me. Let's take a walk together through the park. Maybe do some other things after dark. Get to know each other for real. See where it goes from here. I'll lead the way, but it's up to you. If you want me, I'm yours. I said, give me the business. I'm down with the sickness. No cap, body and soul, flaws and all. Yeah, I need all of that. No need for a mask. Just come as you are. I'm talking grocery shopping. I'm talking grocery shopping. A little bit of real life bonding. We can dance in the rain, dry off by the fire. Have some deep conversation if you ain't too tired. What's your sign? Is it compatible with mine? I don't wanna waste your precious time. But baby girl, you better not waste mine. That one's short and sweet. What can I close with? We'll do one. What do I want to close with? I don't know.
A medley of greatest hits?
A medley of greatest hits. I'm not playing Hotel California or...
I meant your hits.
Oh.
Not... This is Local 901. We don't acknowledge the Eagles. They are not from here. They don't exist. Stevie Wonder and all those other people, they're honorary citizens.
What is a Don Henley? I don't know. He sounds like a cop. Remember earlier when I made a set list and I completely deviated from all of that?
Well, I will say this. Given that you're the first person on the show in 3 months, you've given us even a short set is the most we've had in a long time. So
that's fair, and you guys gave me a platform to perform for the first time in 3 years. So.
And I did say, whatever you want to do with the hour. I didn't say you had to sing. Yeah, juggling. Chris, juggling on the radio.
I'm glad you said that because I definitely write poetry.
Juggling on the radio, though, is really a faith thing because if they don't believe you're juggling on the radio, you're just wasting your time.
What if I just spin poi for the next 5 minutes?
Spin poi?
Yeah.
Like the Hawaiian dish?
No. There's spinning poi. Spinning poi is very close to, well, it's really a deviation of spinning fire.
Can you spell poi?
P-O-I.
Like the Hawaiian thing, but
yeah.
It means something else?
Yeah, there's spinning poi, and what it is you have basically a lantern on a string, and you ever spun your keys on your finger from a lanyard?
Not that I remember.
Charlie, you ever done that? Just had a lanyard and spun your keys around your finger or in your hand? That is essentially what spinning poi is. And you just there's a lot of techniques to it to where
lanyard though, right?
But much longer.
Yeah. So it's like a yo-yo but with keys.
With a lantern instead of a yo-yo.
Well, it wasn't my best analogy.
You tried. And I'm over here trying to.
That's actually the friend that I complained the friend that complains that he never knows what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. He also you just reminded me of something, but it's gone.
Okay.
Oh, I know. The meanest insult he has is to tell people, at least they tried. If they did a good job and he's at least you tried, he's basically saying it sucked, which isn't a very nice thing. So
it really is.
he should do less of that. As a result, I would never tell somebody at least you tried because I would think of it as having a mean subtext.
3 minutes.
3 minutes?
Yeah.
My closer? Okay.
And I need to go ahead and have music ready, so I'm gonna go away. Stick around after the show.
Okay. I got a closer. It's a comfort song of mine. I used to play. I remember I used to know the absolute mess out of Mike and Nick Rainey with this one. Well, same old Bobby, same old beat. Well, yeah, they got nothing on me. Well, same old cars, the same old streets. Well, yeah, they got nothing on me, yeah. Was easy coming, easy go. Well, yeah, I'm sure I told you so. Well, they just want you for your dough. Well, yeah, I'm sure I told you so. You work your dead-end job. It's been eating away at your life. You feel a little inside the trouble and strife. And now you spend your evenings searching for another life. But yeah, I think, man, I think you got it in your sights. Well, easy, easy. There's no need to take that tone. Well, easy, yeah. I'm on the telephone. Man, just leave us alone. I knew I should have kept my receipts, 'cause the sandwich I bought, yeah, it's been out for a week. And now low Tesco stealing my money, when positivity seems hard to reach. I keep my head down and my mouth shut, 'cause if you're going through hell, you just keep going. Yo, easy, so easy. You're easy, easy. Man, just leave us alone. I'll be 1 minute on the phone.